Hello everyone, how's it going guys? Welcome into another video. Today I have something that you have requested a lot, how to boost Legion dungeons, and specifically today I'm gonna actually focus on like Eye of Azshara. I'm gonna make like for every dungeon I'm gonna make like a video or something. This is something that I've done yesterday on the stream, boosting my warlock and boosting a couple viewers, and this is basically the fastest way, what I think is the, to do Eye of Azshara, and efficient, not just the fastest. If you do it faster than this you might get locked out. So I try to time average of all of my runs to be around 6 minutes. So I have Eye of Azshara about 4 to 5 minutes if I'm focused, 5 or 6 minutes if I'm not focused, if I answer the chat, if I answer party chat, if I stream, if I talk and all that stuff, then I might do like 5 or 6 minutes in Eye of Azshara, but pretty much it's like one of the fastest dungeons you can do. So this is how you can actually do Eye of Azshara. I have a recording here from yesterday's stream. As you can see, my warlock, it's about 42% here, as you can see, currently experience, and at the end of the dungeon it will have around 32 to 35 experience gained from one dungeon. Now, you need to tell your boosties to stay on the start, not follow you around, because if they follow and if the mobs start chasing them, you cannot really clamp them together, so you can use your I-beam or something, or if you cannot really, do the the AoE that you need to do in order to complete the dungeon efficiently. So what you want to say on the start, yo, we're gonna sign up for dungeon, and stay on the start, and GG, well played. Of course, this is one way of doing it. You can do it on many ways. As you can see there, I think that was the DK that died. I told them don't follow me because you're gonna die, but yet, they refused to listen, of course. So this is one of the way, how to kill the first boss. You pull all the mobs to the first boss, and using I-beam you basically spam the boss with I-beams. And of course you can, if you're a rogue, for example, you want to stealth through the mobs and go on the first boss and just solo the boss, basically. If you're a warrior, you want to do it differently maybe, but as a demon hunter Twink, you want to use this route. If you're 111 Twink, this is 110 Twink on my demon hunter, but if you're 111 Twink, you will not be able to do this. Or if you want to manually walk to the dungeon, the experience will be very squished, and you will not give as much experience to the boosty as this thing will give. So one of the previous videos that I've made talking about 110 versus 111 boosting. This is something that you're going to have to sacrifice if you level to 111. It's not something that you're gonna commonly be asked to boost people, but in order, like if someone asks you to boost in Legion or something, or 100 to 110, you will not be able to do that if you're 111. And this is something that I don't really feel like sacrificing, because eventually, once or twice or 3 times in a month or something, I'm getting asked to do, so like Legion dungeon boosting or something, because I have a lot of people that are around 100 and something level, and they want to get really quickly to 120. Well, I want to have the opportunity to offer them boost from 100 to 120, which is covering 20 levels instead of 10, which is, just being 111 Twink, Of course, people that will be leveling to 111, maybe they don't care about Legion boosting, but, me being me, I want to have all the options open in case something like that pops up. The second boss, as you can see, is pretty easy to solo, pretty easy to do, people can follow if they want to, but I highly recommend to tell them just stay on the start, because the experience they're getting from, from the mobs, it's not worth, because they will slow you down a lot. The mobs will go spread around everywhere, and you will not have like a concept of how you can actually gather them together if they just do that stuff all the time. In another dungeons that I've boosted yesterday on the stream, there are better examples of what happens if people follow and just scatter the mobs around the area everywhere. And this is just something that its efficiency's sake is better, because they're going to get, of course, like 5 to 10% maybe more per dungeon, but essentially they will slow you for like 2 minutes. So for those 2 minutes, since the whole run is like 6 minutes, 2 minutes is 30% of everything that you do. So losing 30% is basic. 30% of the whole efficiency will cost you more than those 7% or 10% that they're going to get from from the mobs. Serpentix here is very interesting boss, because you can also pull all the mobs around and bring them to the snake, so you can reset your I-beam all the time. But if you do this properly, I don't think that you will need I-beam to reset. Like it's pretty easy boss to do. Of course, you will need certain gear to do this. You will not be able to do this with like 200 item level maybe, But if you have like average gear, or let's say semi-decent gear, you're gonna be able to do this very, very efficient. Especially on bosses like this, for example, this skip that you're currently seeing that I'm doing, as a demon hunter can be done. As a rogue, for example, you cannot do this. And you need to go around in the cave, and you know, you can do this I think as warrior as well, just heroic leaping over the edge there, just jumping, heroic leap. You can do this as druid as well if you like go travel form, you have wild charge, you can go on that, I don't know what is that, basically the wooden stuff there. And just wild charge is a travel form over that hedge there. But it's, I mean, generally it's very, very easy to just go around as well, you know, if you cannot really do the skip. It saves about 1 minute of the run, which at the end of the day, it will, you know, it just increase overall. If you get like 6 Azsharas or something in 1 hour, out of 10 dungeons, you get like 4 times, 6 times Azshara, you're saving like 1 run, which is 30% of the overall leveling, which is very, very nice if you can do it. So if you have Demon Hunter, I highly suggest you to do this as Demon Hunter. But if you do not have Demon Hunter, you can do this as any class. It's basically Twink to do this stuff. Now, one more thing I want to say about, you know, boosting this stuff is that if you are boosting this as a Demon Hunter, you want to have also Eyes of Rage, one of the traits to be Eyes of Rage, because all the mobs that you're killing are dropping like soul fragments, you know, and those soul fragments, if you have Eyes of Rage, are giving you 0.7%, I mean 0.7 seconds off your I-beam cooldown. And that is something that eventually will just give you a lot more power than just getting the haste from Furious Gaze if you have like 2 Furious Gaze. So what I do here is like using the combo set, as you can see, combo set here. So I'm using the combo set to have like 1 Furious Gaze, 1 Eyes of Rage, so I get still some kind of haste, but not sacrificing the cooldown reduction that Eyes of Rage providing me, of course, right? So, you know, it's pretty easy dungeon. Overall, I would say it's one of the easiest dungeons to do. Neltarion Lair has a lot more complications than this. House of Valor also has some gimmicky fights that I will need to pay some more attention explaining. But generally, if you just follow what I'm doing here, like basically doing the skips, following along and, you know, pulling the mobs to the bosses, you're gonna have no trouble doing this in around 4 minutes if you're focused, or 5 minutes if you're not that focused, or 6 minutes even. So basically, you want to have all the runs summary together. Like if you do Eye of Azshara 4 minutes, Neltarion's Lair 5 minutes, House of Valor I think takes about 7 minutes or something, 8 minutes sometimes. You want to have like summary of all 18 minutes, and then when you divide it by 3 it gets like 6 minutes. Of course, that is not how the calculations works, because you might get like 7 out of 10 runs to be House of Valor, and it will be a lot more, you know, a lot more basically time spent if you have RNG, bad luck on RNG, or if you, for example, get like 7 Neltarion's Lair, and Neltarion Lair take you like 4 to 5 minutes to do, you are going to get like locked out, because you the average will be a lot less than 6 minutes, because, you know, those dungeons are pretty much like faster than the general timing that you need for the dungeons. I mean, you kill the last boss and you sign up for a new dungeon. As you can see, I will show you here. As you can see, I will show you here 76. So we started with what, 42%. Now I have 76%. That is about 34% per dungeon. I have Darkmoon Fairy buff here, and I have the potion that is coming from Service Medals, Drought of something. I'm not really sure how it's called. It's kind of bugged as well. It doesn't show the duration here, but you know, those 2 buffs, and also I have the Experience Gem on a Warlock. If the boosty doesn't have those stuffs, we'll get like around, you know, like 20% less experience. So it's out of 36% you're getting 30% that you're getting, like 20% will be like 6%. So 34 minus 6, it's about 28% per a run. But I would highly suggest you to just tell them, alright, go get the potion, get the experience gem. It costs you nothing basically. If you have a main, the potion is very, very, very easy to get. Now, that is all I wanted to say in this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this run. This is how you do Eye of Azshara. If you want to get notified when the Neltarion's Lair and House of Valor video comes up, make sure to subscribe, click that bell button, and also I just want to say at the end, thank you all for all the Patreons that have been supporting the channel. We have new Patreons that are Anthony B and Erasmus Pearson or something. Thank you guys for the support over on Patreon. Thank you for the support over on Twitch. These are like a couple people from Twitch that I'm boosting here, and guys, I want to just give something back for your all support. So hopefully you like this video. It is very nice way of boosting 100 to 110, and hopefully you're gonna be using this to your own benefit, whether it's gonna be like boosting your own chars or boosting. Oh yeah, something else I wanted to say on the on the end. You want to you know, let your boosty to sign up as a tank if he has the ability to do that. You know, here for example, I asked my brother Stormy, I think it was called on Twitch. I asked to sign up as a tank and stay AFK, of course, because if you sign up as a tank, for example, as Demon Hunter, when you get into a dungeon, it's something that is very annoying. I don't know why Blizzard did that. You will get, you know, you will get your talent swapped all the time, you know, like to tank. So no matter that you are, no matter that you have like DPS talents, if you sign up as a tank, when you get into a dungeon, you just, you know, you're gonna get automatically spec'd into tank, and that is very inconvenient, because in the middle of the fight, in the middle of the dungeon, you might get switched into tank and be like, what the hell happened to my action bars, you know? So just keep that in mind. If your boostee can get in the dungeon as healer or tank to get the Q pop in faster, because if you sign up as 2 or 3 DPSs, you might need to wait a little bit until the Q pops in. Make them sign up as tank or healer, not yourself. You know, if you're a Demon Hunter, you cannot sign up as healer, of course, but you know, that's something that I wanted to just also say on the on the end, so you don't really have struggles with that, because I had some struggles with that and it's very annoying to deal with. Anyway guys, thank you all for watching again. Make sure to stay cool, listen to your parents, stay decent. Thank you, and see you guys in the next one. Much love, no homo, and Umrenov.